jealousy, desire, fear of losing humans, especially, but things too. But you know, this healing process, this healing journey, especially the last couple of years, especially through my daughter's eyes, my whole life is completely different, and I don't understand where it came from. Now that I'm feeling these feelings again, I have a completely new perspective, and I'm oddly okay with whatever the feelings and emotions are that are being experienced. But this is where it gets weird. Like I remember a younger version of me that was jealous. I recall certain things that I did out of jealousy, out of this idea, these feelings of jealousy. But then to now as an adult, or I don't even know like how to describe the age variation, right? Like I don't even see the younger version of myself, even all the way up to 30 years old as an adult. I might have been quantified as an adult, but I sure look back on my behavior not in a place of judgment, just in a place of awareness as like completely out of touch. Not out of touch in a way that would be harmful, yet there's this idea of feelings and emotions, right? So caring for someone else's feelings or emotions. So that's where it gets kind of muddled, if you will. Then we play out these roles, these victim roles and these perpetrator roles, and then we get, but when you begin to heal, and it also depends on the type of healing. That's the other thing, the type of healing. Like I wasn't aware of certain types of healing, and these practices that psychiatrists and psychologists use, these certain forms of tapping even, man, that shit works. Anyway, so there's these feelings, there's these desires, right? Reaching outside the self too, that's another thing. So when I finally got to this point where I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, wow, I feel really good. I feel amazing. Okay, I'm ready to put myself back out there to experience things with what I perceive as other living, breathing beings. And having spent so much energy focusing in on one little tiny human and her behavior, and then observing myself and observing her in such a way, in such a form that I'm not sure I could really describe. Just being able to view the world through her lenses, if you will. And then understanding that it's just a projection anyway, right? So, like dreaming. Like they call it lucid dreaming, if you will. Like you know that sometimes you're in full control of your dream. Well, it doesn't mean you're not feeling things. Doesn't mean you're not experiencing these things. But magically, even though you die sometimes in your dreams, you're not dead. Even though your heart was broken in these dreams, when you wake up, there's this bit of relief, right? This sense of relief, and then you experience all that it is to experience relief. You begin to control your breathing again. All right, what if you can apply that to everything, to every experience that you're experiencing? What if there's this idea that you weren't feeling jealousy? Because I wasn't. I completely forgot what that feeling felt like. But I recently have felt it. And it just humbled me to be able to experience it. And there's no reaction. Granted, there is minor reaction still, and that's where I'm at right now, is the minor reaction, the story that begins to play in my head, right? And then it plays out, or it projects onto the world, and then there's things that seem to be experienced. And that's where I'm at right now, is I no longer want to see you divided. I do admit I see you as divided. I see us even arguing over this coronavirus shit, you know, like, man, why do I see you all like this? It's because it's still me. I can suppress the feelings, the emotions. Thought is creation. What is spawned with thought is emotion, is feelings. My body is experiencing things. And I don't want to deny it anymore. Now I perceive. See, I'm not playing the game, okay? Like, I'm not playing the coronavirus game. I am aware that there is something called coronavirus. I am aware of this. But I don't... I'm not in denial that there are some choosing this. And because that choice I'm perceiving as outside of myself, that's where my confusion lies. Like, why can't I have my feelings? Why am I judged if I have my feelings? I'm not judging you. If you want to play the coronavirus game, then go ahead. So this is where my confusion is. Like, why are you giving me a hard time? Because I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe bullshit. To me, this is the perfect time to play. I mean, we have an excuse to be on lockdown with one another and experience things. Our families can come together. We can be romantic. We can play games. We can live that family life, you know? Shit, we can even start a garden. I don't know. I just know that this seems like a perfect opportunity. But there I go again. My interpretation of love maybe isn't yours. So then for some reason I take it personal and I make it personal. So then I project that upon society. So of course you have judgment about how I feel or perceive the coronavirus. Like, even identifying it as the coronavirus is just odd to me. It's just some form of occupation, and it's weird. Like Hawaii, like you know, like I perceive this place as being under some strange form of occupation. But all of it, I guess, really takes belief, right? There's some sort of system of believing. Seeing is believing. So yes, my point of all this is I've really enjoyed focusing in on a little girl. watching this idea of control. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying witnessing and observing her and allowing feelings of all kinds to happen. She broke my phone yesterday, and it broke her heart. The whole experience blew my mind. And I just witnessed how much emphasis we put on certain things and attachments, and then the suffering that comes with it. But if you allow yourself to just observe, you don't have to attach. And then when you don't attach, oh my goodness, the humility that comes all over you, it washes you clean of all of this stuff. Like I just, instead of being mad. What? Oh, sorry about that. Instead of being mad or disappointed or anything, I just observed her. And I witnessed life through her eyes. How could I be mad? Yes, she broke my phone. How could I even be disappointed to see that little girl come running at me with tears in her eyes and so much love and compassion? How could I even attach to anything then? So from moment to moment now, even though I am fully in love and attached, I admit it. But it's just obvious sometimes, you know? You don't have to let the story go wild. You could just let it go. Like, even though I perceive that there's different wants, or even confusion, whatever it is, like the person that I attach this feeling to, maybe she's just confused. Maybe she's using that as a justification for, you know, whatever she's attached to. And that's all okay. And I don't need to listen to this idea of voice of reason. I could just be in the moment. And what the moment feels like now is that, you know, I already have the love of my life. Anything on top of that is moment to moment. This little girl is... So yeah, this idea of being in love, or all the things that come with this idea that are my dreams, if you will, you know, like living the dad life, you know, like finding the one. It's time to let it go. I'm the one. Wow, this healing journey has been really intense. It's been really amazing. Looking for this idea of what my sexuality is too. That's been a fun one. I definitely am not polyamorous, or at least to the sense of what polyamory is. But I don't even care. Nope. All these fun attachments. It's okay to attach. It's okay to identify. It's okay to experience all these things. It's even okay for what I perceive as you to disagree. And feel so strongly about what you believe in. Just know, I'm over here not really believing in much. Each moment is another opportunity for something new. I love you.